Hello, I'm about to shuffle the playlist. We're back to this song. I'll give it a sec to intro. Alright, that's enough. I'm gonna keep the volume down and just leave it playing. But there's gonna be ads because I'm broke. I'm not paying for Spotify or SoundCloud Premium, bro. Like, who do you think I am? Alright. I already recorded a video on this, bro. I recorded an hour of me talking about this. And, it just deleted. I was so mad, bro. I was pouring my heart out into it. Anyways, so today I'm going to be talking about psychology to fix your life. This isn't meant for your average person. This is meant for your people that actually are, looking for it. Let me start it off. Researching psychology as just basic information, through courses and stuff at schools, isn't going to help you much. Even just reading general theory, it's not going to change much. You have to get very nitpicky to figure out the stuff that's actually going to help you for your problems. And I know an embarrassing amount about this, so if you know me, don't watch this, please. So, let's begin. I actually know a lot about this. I spend a lot of time reading on psychology and stuff, researching in my free time. So I consider myself in a place to talk about this. Bro, I keep burping. So, let's begin. First things first. If you're unhappy with your life, you shouldn't be wasting time. I don't know why I have to say this, but it's I feel like everyone who tells me that they're depressed or something, they spend all their time outside of their head. Maybe it's because they don't like thinking, right? Probably. But people that talk about being depressed and stuff, you shouldn't be out drinking. You shouldn't be sitting on your phone for hours. You shouldn't be watching TV. None of that stuff. I'd honestly say, bro, I get these ads so much, and it's just like gambling addiction. It's waiting in line. You're waiting in line. Why don't you go gamble? Very reflective that our society needs help. Anyways, guys. So, I tell people this. You spend however much money on therapy a week. You don't need to air your problems out to someone. Genuinely, you think that your therapist is changing much in your life? You have all these answers within yourself. And get this, your answers are actually personalized to you. And they make sense and stuff. Someone telling you general information. Oh, you shouldn't let people push you around and ruin your life. You don't need to pay someone to tell you that. Nor do you need to really pay someone to vent. I don't really think it's necessary. I really don't. Unless you're super emotional. If you're super emotional and it really clouds your judgment, maybe you need that. Or you're trying to work through trauma, I guess. I don't know. I don't really believe in it though. I think you should genuinely, when you're in a really bad place, you're fuck, I don't know what to do. I don't know how I can keep doing this. Go take a week alone. Seriously, I've gotten out the worst place in my life because I spent a week talking to no one, without my phone, without a TV, just doing nothing for a week, just writing stuff, sitting in my head. So why is this? Well, Carl Jung talks about the collective unconscious, and to him, the more time that you spend alone, the more you draw from that, which is interesting actually. So I kind of agree with that, but I don't know if it's necessarily that you draw from it. I think that you just decloud your judgment when you're alone for a while. You know what I'm saying? Think about this. If you were to write a story, to write the best story, you wouldn't consume any stories. You wouldn't consume anything at all. You'd sit alone in your room for 8 hours, and you're going to crank out the best story you could possibly do, versus if you were to sit on TikTok for 2 hours before, watch a YouTube video, do whatever, watch a movie. It's going to be heavily influencing the story right? So when you're around people all the time, they're influencing how you think life should be, how you live your life, all this. Just be alone, bro. Like seriously, you're let's say I don't know what an average therapy fee is, but I think like maybe $2 a minute, $1 a minute, probably two. You're spending $2 a minute, bro. Leave your phone at home, print out a map, and go to like a forest or something, somewhere good, and just sit and just take a pause from life. You'll save money. Like going to therapy every week is really expensive. And like I was in therapy for a while. I've talked to multiple therapists, and they've never really led me to much insight. Like the stuff that they tell me is stuff that I could come to the conclusion on my own. It's just my judgment's clouded. So decloud your judgment. Like it's the best thing you could possibly do for yourself. Take out all the distraction in your life. Cause like yeah, it sucks at first, but the more you acclimate, the better you get at stuff like that. Next thing, we're gonna talk about CBT. This is the only thing you need to know about CBT to change the bad habits in your life. Ready? Check me out. Ignore all this writing, okay? Everything that was there before, just look at the triangle. So, pretty much, this is all you need to understand about changing any habit in your life. T is thought, E is emotion, B is behavior, right? So, you change the thought that leads you to feel a certain way, which leads you to do something that you don't like, and it's chill. And the reason that the T and the B connect is because let's say you have a problem with drinking alcohol, right? You think I'm a piece of shit, you feel depressed, and what happens? You end up going and drinking because you feel so depressed. So, what happens after that? You wake up the next day, oh, I'm a piece of shit. Why the fuck did I do all that? And then it repeats. And like, everyone does illogical thoughts and illogical behaviors. That's just human nature. You're just bound to excuse some stuff that just hurts you, you know? And it's like, you could apply this to anything. Like, literally any bad habit. You could apply this to going on TikTok. You think about stuff, you start to feel a certain way, drown it out, right? It's all this. Like, this can actually change you. But you have to map it out with the actual thought and emotion and behavior. You're like, why do I keep hurting people in my life? Well, I think I'm the shit, so I don't regard what they say. Then they tell me things, and I'm like, no, I can't accept that because that's not true to me. And then you hurt them, right? It's like, you could literally apply this to anything, guys. Seriously. And this is like the most important, it's like one of the easiest ways. I feel like a lot of depressed people, like a lot of the people that I talk to in my psychology classes and stuff, I'm like, do you know about psychoanalysis? And literally everyone says yes. Why is this? I think it's natural instinct that once you find out about psychoanalysis within one aspect in your life, you just apply it to everything. It's very strange. Like, let's say you like getting affection and approval from the opposite gender. Oh, it's because my parents didn't do this. And you start to do it to every little piece of your life. And it's like, it doesn't really work like that. Yeah, Freud's a smart guy. But I think honestly, like, you can't use that for that much, really at all. But psychoanalysis can help. Like, it can help with you understanding the thought and stuff like that, what leads you to it. But, like, so what you understand? How does that help you change? You know what I'm saying? I was telling my friend this, like, an hour ago, bro. When you have low ego, the best thing you could possibly do, because low ego is the cognitive dissonance, right? You look at people, this is a good person. You look at yourself, I'm not that. You feel bad. So I was telling him, bro, stop doing all this shit. Like, I'm like, bro, you seek like affection and shit from women. It's bad, dude. You're like a childish. I told him, you're like a fatherless woman. He's like, bro, I'm like, it's fucking true. Anyways, I told him, it's the best thing you could do for yourself and your ego. Because establishing a better ego is heavily important to establishing a happy life. And like, here's the thing. I used to have a negative association with people having a high ego for a while. Because I was like, they're so unconscious of what they do. But here's the thing. Like, if you're depressed or something, clearly you're overly conscious about what you're doing. Because the reality is, it's never that bad, bro. It really isn't. You know? Anyways, write down what it means to be a good person. Slowly work towards that. Right? You're not going to be able to immediately do shit. But the better that you feel like you are, the better you treat yourself. And in turn, the better you feel. And it's like, you're not just fabricating the ego out of nowhere. You're actually making yourself a good person by your standards, right? Not society's, not your best friend, not your girlfriend. By your own standards. And you'll actually heavily improve your life. Like, it's crazy. I wrote about this like a while ago. Like, for example, when I'm in a relationship and my girlfriend does something that pisses me off, in turn, I'm like, why would she do that? Oh, well, she must not respect me because she didn't think about it, or she just did the thing. Okay, well, if I stay, I disrespect myself, and I understand that. And so, when I disrespect myself, I realize I start to live worse. It's very strange. Like, I've realized, like, the times that I've been the most depressed, had the lowest ego, I haven't given a fuck about myself or what I do, you know? I'll just like eat ramen and shit and like not really do much to make myself look good. So I'm like, I don't know, it's weird shit. Anyways, that's another part of it too. What you let slide with other people is gonna affect your ego. Like, really egotistical people are like, what the fuck did you just say about me? And normally they're happier, you know? It's very strange. But I mean, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So you have to make sure that people are treating you well too. That's a big part of it. And like, you have to not take shit. This is the other part of it too. I think it's very important to have a small social circle. I think that's very, very important. Surround yourself with people that are good. I've realized this, like, when I've been really depressed too, I've been around other depressed people every time. Versus like, the more time that I spend around happier people, more normal people, the happier I feel. I don't know. It's like, it's just implicit. So another part too, about surrounding yourself with goodness. Stop listening to sad music. I used to fall asleep listening to like depressing music every night because like I'd be sad before I slept, whatever. I didn't want to listen to happy music because it didn't feel fitting to me. And like, I also just liked it that it was slow, right? So like, I could fall asleep. And that was the most depressing time of my life ever. And it's literally just because the music that you're listening to is feeding you thoughts and ideas without you realizing. Like, everything is feeding you thoughts and ideas, but especially music, because I put a rhythmic beat on me saying ideas, and you start to play it in your head. And when you loop thoughts over and over, Hitler said this, to get someone to believe something, you just have to tell them it enough. So when you surround yourself with the negative, you absorb that. It's like I was talking about in the spiritual vibrations and stuff. Like, it's weird stuff. It's like all subconscious. It's very strange. But it's very real. You know? I don't know exactly what it is. But let's get to other things. I talked about evolutionary psychology in my other video. Make sure that your actions are aligning with what humans have been doing for so long, you know? Make sure that you're getting outside enough. You know, I actually read this on 4chan once. This doesn't have much to do with the evolutionary psychology. It's like, tip to fix your life entirely. Read for an hour a day minimum. Spend at least 2 hours a day outside. Make sure that you exercise every single day, even if it's not working out. What else did it say? I don't know. But I think you should stop talking to people so much, you know? Unless you're like isolating yourself, then go talk to people. And just like, you have to reference your life with the people around you. That's a big part of it too. Anyways, back to evolutionary psychology. Make sure that what you're doing aligns with the way that humans are, right? So like, me as a guy, if I were to be depressed, I would want to be working out. I would want to be going outside. I would want to be making sure that I'm caring for people, making things get better and grow and stuff. Because that's what people have done for thousands of years. And their lives were all good, you know? I also think, I didn't talk about this. I talked about this at the start of my last video. Don't take medications, guys. I've been on a plethora of different things for this stuff, like prescribed drugs. And honestly, none of them have really helped me. And think about this. Like, when you take an antidepressant, you take a mood stabilizer, anything like that, you're not really learning. You're just mitigating it temporarily. And so you're never going to have the habits to actually be better. You're fucking yourself for later in life. You know? And it takes the passion out of you, too. I will say that. Like, I was not a very passionate person when I was on a lot of medications and stuff. Now I take no medications. But, just get off them. Like, what sets the standard that your life is going to be that bad without them? You do. And what are you basing that off of? Like, you change as a person, you actually grow when you feel the things that you're supposed to be feeling compared to just, like, deleting it from your head. You know? It's very real thing. Bro, I have to pee so bad. I'm going to hope that this pause thing works. I would honestly say, well, actually, no, this is a crazy take, but, like, it kind of makes sense to me. It's honestly better to smoke weed every day and not take medication than to take medication. Because then you have the next day where you're thinking clearly and you actually feel things. But then, like this is the thing. When I was smoking weed every day, bro, this is such a bad suggestion. Like, I wouldn't recommend doing this, but I seriously don't recommend being on antidepressants. When I was smoking weed every day, shit would bother me, yeah. But, like, at the end of the day, I'm getting high, bro. I'm escaping it, and I don't have to chain the thoughts together day to day. So, like, I don't know. It's not a good idea, obviously. But, like, yeah. I was talking to this girl, though, and she's like, if I didn't have my medications, I would have killed myself. And, like, I didn't tell her this, but, like, what sets that standard? You. You do. No one's making you kill yourself, bro. It's just the truth. You know, the tragedy of suicide is that it's never the reality. It's never that you're actually unable to get better, bro. Do you know how plastic your brain is? Do you know how much you could change it? Even after it's fully solid, even after you're 25, you don't need to do psychedelics to change your mind. Like, the whole ketamine therapy thing, that's horrible, by the way. It's so bad for you. Like, from a cognitive standpoint, not for your body, I'm saying. Not like it's going to rot your brain either. It's just, like, the fact that you're taking drugs to change your thoughts and stuff is very bad. That's a bad association to have. Anyways, I just think that medications are the worst thing you could do for yourself, honestly. I don't think that it's caring for yourself. I don't think it's caring for your loved one to let them get on that. You know? I really don't. I think that stuff ruins lives. It really does. It takes all the passion out of you. You should listen to what Kanye said about when they had him on bipolar medication. He said it's like, it just took away all the flame from me. It's really, I don't know how versed you guys are in the systems of magic and stuff, but it's like your astral flame, if you understand this, your astral flame is diminished significantly. And get this too, it messes with your water element too. It messes, that's actually very interesting because, bro, this is so schizo sounding. If you understand this, the water, the reproductive, charges the emotional, which charges your mental plane, right? So if you take out the astral flame, you take out all the passion you feel in life, all the parts of you that are just there, it's like, not only do you lose productivity, you lose a lot of things. It's very problematic. And, like, why would you want to make yourself stagnant? You know? Like, why would you want your passions and stuff to be diminished? Everyone who's successful in the world is crazy, bro. That's the thing. Complacency, being happy, regardless of what's going on, has never done anything. This is why I hate liberals, bro. And conservatives. Like, they're just changing minor things, and they think it's going to change the world. No. You're complacent. Especially, no. I meant this is why I hate moderates. The things aren't good in the world, bro. Like, at least fucking liberals and conservatives pick a side. But regardless. Anyways, back to what I was saying. No one of sound mind has really done anything. It's true. Like, you look into the most famous people and they're all crazy. The most significant people that changed the world. I think I heard Neil deGrasse Tyson talking about that. It's just the truth, though. And it's like, I heard this girl talking. I go to a Christian college. I heard this girl talking. She's like, that's just like something I've kind of had a problem with. Is like, I've realized like, I've never really had my faith challenged like that. I didn't say anything, but I was thinking like, is she really faithful then? A. And B, there's not much of a purpose for her. You know? Like, I genuinely think that everything that I've been through, God will use to make something of me. You know? Like, everything I've ever suffered can benefit other people with the lessons I can tell them, that I can connect to them, be like, bro, I was like exactly like that, and I know exactly how to get out the hood. You know? You have to look at a lot of stuff, though, through biopsychosocial perspective in psychology. That's, like, the best way to understand stuff. You have to look at your biology, right? So, like, I said this in a different video. Don't tell me that you're depressed. You don't even know what the gut microbiome is. It literally controls the production of these chemicals, bro. You eat McDonald's and Starbucks frap and shit, and it's not going to be producing much dopamine. It's going to be whoosh, whoosh, dopamine right at the start. What happens like 3 hours later? You feel horrible, you know? Eat probiotics, guys. You could listen to Andrew Huberman talk about that. It's very interesting, actually. But it heavily controls the way that you feel and stuff. You should really look into it, to be honest. Because, like, most people take cognitive approach before they even take the biological approach, bro. You're not even living according to your biology. You're not living according to the way that your brain produces chemicals and shit. And then you're, like, feeling bad. Like, of course, you don't even understand what your brain is like. You know? You don't understand what you need to be doing to produce this stuff. Next note. On the water element, the liquid element of the person in the magic system, the reproductive. Like I said, it charges the change in your world. Listen to Arthur Schopenhauer and what he says about the will of the universe. He says that the will of the universe is sexual energy. And he's right, guys. Like, he is right. Hey, seriously, I told you if you're in my family to click off this video. For real. I used to, like, when I used to splurge, I was so much more depressed, and I felt so much less desire to improve. And it's because you're sexually satiated, you know? When you're very unsatiated, you're very much, I need to get better. I need to get better. And you're more locked into reality. You're not wasting your energy. You're not wasting your reproductive on just nothingness. You just dissipate energy. You dissipate willpower. You dissipate your drive for life. Not just your sexual drive. Your drive for life when you be doing that shit. As a man. As a woman, it's different. I can't say that, actually. It's very true. I've read into it quite a bit. But it's not good, guys. You literally distract yourself from everything. And you tell your body, we're doing good. We should be happy. It's like, think about this. Fat people are complacent. Why? They don't really have that, like, we need to get better. They're literally telling their body every day, we're good. We're good where we are. We're fucking thriving right now. And its body's like, okay, chill. You know? That's why they're not really as driven. It's just true. Like, I'm not hating. I know some driven fat people for sure. But it's nothing close to the skinny people, you know? And it's because when you're in that hungry state, you're anabolic, bro. Like, I was not eating breakfast for a while when I came here. And I will say, I had very productive mornings. Why? Because I'm living according to my biology, A. B, I'm in an angry, irritable state. Like, when I quit nicotine, right? And I was just smoking like a cigarette every day, just like one or two at most. I'd be fiending all day, bro. I'd be like, man, I'm dying out here, you know? And because of that, I was very productive. I wasn't sitting on my ass at all. I was like, fuck, I'm in an angry mood. And it's the same thing with sexual satiation. It's the same thing with gluttony. This is actually interesting too. The Bible says that gluttony drives sexual sin. I don't know if the Bible says that. Maybe a saint wrote that. But I was hearing about this from Father Spyridon or whatever. He's on YouTube. You should check him out. Very good Orthodox guy. But he was talking about that. And it's true. So don't let your biology impact your life like that just because you don't understand it. And it's like the same with antidepressants. You're literally putting chemicals in your brain to say everything's fine, it's all good, you know? And so of course you don't grow. Of course you don't improve. You literally feel good about your life. Like I heard these guys talking in a fucking Snapchat Instagram clip earlier. Sorry for cussing, guys. And they're like, honestly, the thing that drives the most change is hating yourself. And they're right, bruh. Like, you shouldn't just take yourself out of it because it sucks. It sucks for a reason. You feel bad about your life for a reason. And don't buy into the, you just have a chemical imbalance. Nah. God intends more for you. I heard Kanye say this, the Maslow's hierarchy of need, it's different person to person because God has different desires for us, right? So, for example, someone could feel different about what it means to be accepted. Someone could feel different about what it means to be successful and thrive, right? Because to some people, to be successful and to thrive is just to be fine in life. You got food, you got people around you and stuff. But to me, to be successful, I have to be changing people's lives. I have to be actually making a difference in the world. And God made it like that for a reason, you know? Like, it's set on your capabilities, really. And it's true, guys. Like, I would do things totally fine. This was back when I was in therapy, and I'd be like, bro, like, why do I feel like this? Like, everyone tells me I'm a good person, but I don't feel like one. And I realized, like, it's because I'm not based on the standards of society, bro. It's based on me as an individual, and that's how everyone should look at it. Like, this is why I don't agree with, like, exercising normal psychology for stuff. It's just stupid, you know? Like, the base principles of psych, when you exercise that on your life, not all of it's going to really apply that much. It's not going to help you that much because you're doing it based off the psyche of everyone in the world, bro. Base it on yourself. How do you grow to understand yourself? Be alone. Think. Clearly. Clearly think. Without distraction, without any of this. And guys, I think I said this in my other video. What do they tell alcoholics? What's the first thing that they should do when they get to Alcoholics Anonymous? The worst of people. I mean, okay, I'm sorry. But, like, when you're an alcoholic, you do horrible things in your life. It's just true. Like, I mean, I'm sure we can all compare that to someone we know. Like, it's a messy life. You mess up all your relationships. Everyone that cares about you starts to distance themselves from you because they're scared of getting hurt because you hurt everyone. It's a horrible place to be at. What's the first thing they tell them? Find God. For a reason, guys, because it works. I said this in my other video too. I can genuinely say I didn't change much in my life besides becoming Christian, and my life got 10 times better. And it's like, you could attribute that to, oh, it's because he has faith. It's because God's there, bro. It's just true. But grow to understand the world. Grow to understand what destroys the gut microbia that are going to be producing your chemicals. Learn to understand yourself. That's like the most important part, honestly. I can definitely say that. Like, as long as you know that you literally have the answers within you and you just have to draw them out, you're fine. I've always said this. The best advice you could give to a guy is you got it. You got it, bro. And it's true. Like, I can't tell people what they need to do. I can't tell people exactly the stuff that they need to know because it's based on their own psyche, their own consciousness, the subconscious. And, like, I also think this, stop seeking to emulate other people. Have you seen that meme where it's like the guy and he dug out the diamonds and then the other guy keeps digging to the same place and he doesn't get them and then he goes to the other guy's hole and he can't get them there and then he just gives up? It's like that, guys. Like, we're all different. You can't just succeed emulating someone else. Not to mention, even if you do that, it's not really based on your own, so it's not gonna work for very long. You have to be genuine with yourself, you know? That's the other thing. You have to genuinely be yourself, unapologetically. It's very important. You don't. People bending to the needs of other people and shit. So dumb, bro. Like, you fucking hate your life. What are you doing? Trying to be nice to other people, bro. You know? Yeah, but I think that I can genuinely say being suicidal is the biggest indicator that you seriously need to make a change right the fuck now. You know what I'm saying? It's just true. You can't continue the second that you get any sort of feeling like, damn, blah, 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 should I do this? Oh, maybe I could fucking jump into that train or something. You need to change your life majorly at that time. Like, you should take it as, I can't keep doing any of the things that I've been doing. I fucked it all up, bro. And not in like a bad way. I mean, kind of in a bad way, but like, just humbly submit yourself to the idea that you fucked up. And that you should stop trusting yourself. Stop trusting the way that you think things should be doing. And that's the other thing too. Don't read self-help, bro. What the fuck? What is this cringe nonsense, bro? Like, if you're gonna consume materials about this stuff and you're not religious, go to philosophy. Learn a little bit of psych, maybe. I wouldn't really recommend it. But like, if you're not religious, I'd also say, how are you feeling like this when you haven't even tried God? You know? You look at Christians on a mass scale. They're not really killing themselves. It's for a reason, guys. There's a reason for this. It's crazy, too. It's such big problems in our society today. It's horrible. Most of this stuff pertains to men. I'm sure you could practice some of it as a woman. But, like, for the most part, this is for men. It's just like, I don't want to have all this knowledge and not tell anyone, you know? But seriously, guys, huge stress on being alone and just sorting out your thoughts. Not being influenced by stupid stuff, by nonsense, by other people. It's the best way. It really is. Like, I also think that being suicidal is a good sign that you're not in your head at all. Because, like, there's some big disconnect. There's some massive disconnect between you and how you think and stuff. And, like, there's always more stuff you can do. There's a billion ways to fix your life. People will try, like, 3 or 4 things and be like, fuck, bro, I'm done. Like, none of this stuff worked. You tried the most generic shit as 1 in 7 billion people on the earth. Like, not everything's gonna work the same person to person. That's just what I put the biggest emphasis on. Like, it's all within you. And, like, set normal to high standards for yourself. Don't set it as like, well, I'm gonna start doing this. I'm gonna. Just be good. Just be a good person. You know? Like, I don't know. And be intrinsically good. This is why I say to write down the stuff for yourself. But biggest emphasis on escaping society, guys. Like, is it that bad? Especially if you're, like, suicidal or something. Like, you want to kill yourself, but you won't go take a week to do nonsense. Like, what does it matter? Oh, I'm going to miss work. You would have missed fucking so many years of work if you died, bro. And honestly, guys, I told some girl this, and she's like, you can't say that to people. Genuinely, the most selfish thing you could do in life is to kill yourself. And to some people, they're like, well, no, because no one loves me. That's just not the truth. If I meet someone once, 2 years ago, and they kill themselves today, I'm still going to blame myself. I'm still going to tell myself, I should have fucking known, bro. I could have helped them. And that's just human nature, right? Hindsight bias. Like, it's just natural. It's literally, I say this parable all the time. Someone puts a gun to your head and says, kill your whole family, or I kill you. And it's like you kill your whole family in that situation. You literally take all the negativity, all the bad stuff in your life, and you outcast it that everyone you've ever met, everyone who's given a singular fuck about you, and so what? Yeah, you think that no one gives a fuck about you. The reality is, some people do to a slight extent, you know? It's just true, guys. Like, it's never as hard as you think. It's just not immediate change. That's the thing. You know? The other part, too, is stop staying up late. Wake up on a reasonable time. When you stay up late, like, I've had pretty bad insomnia before, and I'd just be up for hours just thinking, bro. And it was horrible. It was fucking awful. So I'd just be like, damn. I'd be thinking for way too long. You know? Like, just be a healthy, productive member of society. Go for runs, too. That's a big thing. The pastor at my church said this week. A lot of people don't start doing something because to begin is to recognize that you did it wrong before. And it's true. Like, bro, you want to kill yourself, but you won't even admit that you fucked up before? That you're living maybe not the best, you're not trying the hardest that you could right now? Huh? What do you mean? You know what I'm saying? It's just true, guys. Be aware of yourself. And journal, but don't write negative shit. Like, I used to journal and write fucking horrendous things because that's just what I'd be thinking. And then, like, I would look back on my journal and be like, damn, it's all fucking bad. And it kind of make me hopeless. Journal good things. Because the words that you output, the way that you live, is genuinely going to impact your life a lot. It's true. And with the addiction thing, everyone's addicted to something. It just might not be the conventional idea that you have, and maybe it's not a drug, maybe it's not social media or an eating disorder, but everyone, some negative habit. Everyone can improve. It's true, guys. I also think one of the biggest mistakes I've made was last year around this time, I was like, I'm honestly tired of working so hard. Like, I'm just going to take a break and not do anything good for myself. Big mistake. Very bad. You know? But I mean, seek progress, not perfection. You know? Like, clearly something's wrong with the way that you think. It's just true, guys. And you could, like, I'm honestly, like, embarrassed to post this, bro. To be honest. I also just don't want, like, cringe self-help people coming to this channel. You know? I don't know. This is the other part of it, too. I wrote a chart in my journal. Wait one sec. Alright. So. It's pretty schizo looking. But, pretty much, there's yourself, right? It's the tiny circle. Within it, there's your desires, the real you. And there's the persona, right? And that's like your ego. That's like how you represent yourself, how you present yourself, how you feel about yourself. And then there's the shadow traits, which is below all this. And this is deep in the subconscious, right? The shadow self, you need to understand. You need to grow to get it. It's the parts of yourself that you suppress the most. And like, how do you grow to understand this? It's hard, honestly. It's really hard. Like, I'm not super sure, to be honest. You have to look into dreams a lot. That's what Jung writes a lot about. I've been reading his book lately, Man and His Symbols. I was just reading it like an hour ago. But growing to understand yourself is one of the most important parts. Like, just be honest with yourself, bro. Everyone hides so much. Being genuine, and not genuine like, hey, I've just been like really depressed. No, like being genuine, just like a real person. It's one of the best things you could do. Just like stop fucking trying to be someone that you're not, bro. Don't emulate people. Don't pretend. You know? It's like one of the most important things you could do for yourself. Bro, I've repeated so many points throughout this video. Let me know if you actually watched to this point, please. At least it wasn't an hour like last time. Did I miss any points? Not really. I don't believe in a chemical imbalance, and I seriously don't believe in a chemical imbalance that could be affecting 50% of women to the point of needing medication by 2030. That's not real, guys. It's just a sign that people don't live their lives right. And this is why you can't base it on other people, bro. They're not even happy with their lives. Why are you listening to them? Why are you taking advice from someone who's also depressed, who also has anxiety, anything like that? It's just a bad idea, you know? And it's not like an uncontrollable chemical imbalance. I fucking hate it that people buy into that. Because it's like, you just disregard hope at that point. You know? You do. The mind is 10 times more fluid than people think. Yeah, certain parts of it are actually genetic traits. Very little of your happiness is genetically determined. It's true, guys. It's true. The only thing that's genetically determined is that you're different from other people. It's very real. But for real, restating this one point, how are you gonna feel hopeless? Which suicide, depression, they're kind of automatic indicators that you feel hopeless, even if it's not like consciously you're thinking I'm hopeless or anything like that. This is a crazy song to be going on right now. This is not on the playlist, guys. It's just auto playing. You do feel hopeless to be in those scenarios, or even anxiety. You don't have faith in your future. That's being hopeless, right? Yo, this is just a normal song. Get this out of here. Bro, is this just a normal song? What is wrong with these, bro? Okay, whatever. Good enough. It's just never the reality. Delete TikTok. Delete Instagram. Just live in real life, guys. Your mom and dad, even if they don't care about you, are gonna be like, what the fuck? They hate to see you like this, bro. It's just the truth. And even if you don't tell them, they could sense it. You know? Everyone can sense it. The things that you think are like projected onto your ego. It's very strange without you realizing. That's it, guys. I gotta end this, bro. I have class coming up. Just fix it. Yeah, it sounds easy, but like, obviously it's not. I just like wish I had someone in my life when I was super depressed to call me out on my bullshit. You know? Like, to be like, shut the fuck up, bro. It's not that bad. I don't know. I don't really got much else to say. I could ramble on about this forever. You just need a voice of like hardness in your life. You need a voice of reality. Like, get the fuck up. What are you doing? You can't fucking lay in bed. What are you, a pussy? You know? Oh, it's hard, so you just have to stop. It's fucking like. Everything in life. If you're Christian, look into the lives of some of the saints. Some of them have horrible things happen to them. And that's why they're saints. It's because they stay with God. Look at Job. I know I said that in my other video. It's all tests, guys. Looking back, I understand that now. At the time, though, I'm like, God, why do you do this to me, bro? I hate this shit. You know? And I was like, this makes no sense. If you really loved me, you wouldn't make me do this. But honestly, like, it's like I wrote in the caption of that other video. If Satan isn't coming after you, he already has you. If you don't feel tempted to succumb, you're already gone. You know? Salvation comes to the man who stays the longest. True, guys. Like, just sticking through. Being committed. Not letting things influence you. It's true godliness. Do I have anything else to talk about? I don't know. Just like, you don't understand life. You don't understand your brain. You don't understand psychology. You understand fucking simpleton retard psychology, bro. If you wear blue, people will be more attracted to you. Shut the fuck up. That's not even real. What are you talking about? You spend all your time around stupid heads that feel shitty just like you. And you feel bad. Like, fucking obviously, that's how it works. You know? You surround yourself with negative thinking, negative music, negative media, and you feel bad. Like, you just need the voice of logic in your life. That's it. Like, you can't just excuse things, because that's what you've been doing. Look, you're fucking clicking on this video now. Like, clearly it isn't that good. And you watch the whole thing like, damn, you really want that help out. This is long as fuck. I could have cut this so much earlier, too. I don't know. I said this in my other videos, too. The most angelic phase of my life is when things were the hardest, and I took up my cross, and I suffered the most. The most satanic time in my life, the most demonic, was when I took things easy. And I just said, fuck it. You know? It's like, you have to do the hard way. Especially at this age, bro. Before you're 20, 22, you're setting the precedent for your life entirely. It's gonna make everything, bro. So yeah, it fucking sucks. Like, but it's the best way. It's the best way, bro. One, two, 1, 2. Some dreams stay dreams. Some dreams come true. The ones that come true are the ones that you work for, bro. Yeah, you have to give up some. Maybe you won't be an astronaut, sure. Like, you can't just waste your life and be like, oh, it'll be good later. It's all about the shit that you don't want to do. You know? You can go be degenerate and make excuses when you're older. Now's not the time. And read books, guys. That's a very important thing. Not just informational books, but fiction. Yeah, read actually good fiction. Don't read mysteries about a killer or some shit. Read fucking actually good classics. Because this is what I be doing. I read that stuff. And, like, I get into the minds of people of that time. Because think about it. The minds of people today are fucking depressed. The minds of people this time are watching this video. You know? You have to, like, get into the lives of people before. I mean, like, it was normal back then that a mom would have 8 kids and 3 of them would die, like, fucking within the first 4 years of their lives. And you never see people killing themselves then. You never see them needing antidepressants. Addiction rates at its lowest. Murder rates at its lowest. It's genuinely the conditioning, guys. It has nothing to do with like, oh well, it's because the world is bad, blah 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 blah. Bro, I can't get out of poverty. Like, okay, I can't get out of poverty. It's crazy, but like, it's not just that you see polar bears on your fucking phone melting on ice caps these days, and you're like, oh no. It's like just the way that you think. And think about this too. My roommate told me, because I used to like work like 10-hour shifts at this job. I'd go home and just be dead tired. And my dopamine levels for the day would be so low that I'd just be dying laughing about stupid shit. That's how it is, guys. Like, when you set your dopamine levels to a standard, you're going to feel very different about things. Alright, guys, that's it. I gotta end this. Seriously. I've been talking for so long. I know I repeated some of the same stuff. But, like, it's just about trying. Seriously. Doctors be telling me you're gonna feel like this for the rest of your life. This is genetic and shit. We majored. Come on, homie, we majored. And I'm fucking... It's not, bro. They were lying to my ass. Alright, I can't get copy strikes. Get that out of here. It's just like... You're just fed lies. You know? And you're fed fucking fluoride too, by the way, which I talk about in the other video. It's gonna affect your brain and shit. So much stuff. So much is messing with you. And guys, I can say too, supplements have helped me with my anxiety a lot. Like, I take magnesium. So good. I take L-theanine and magnesium to sleep most days. And it helps a lot. Like, a lot. Like, I don't really have insomnia anymore because it fucking slows down my frontal lobe. All this shit, you can learn to adapt. People didn't always need medications, bro. You're fucking fine. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I wonder if I'm gonna get... Yo. That's it, guys. That's it. I know I've been saying this. Just learn. You have a lot to learn if you feel shitty about your life. You don't even know how to live. Yeah, so what? You can learn stuff in school. So what? You can learn how to work a job well. You don't even know how to be happy. Like, you're fucking at the lowest point of knowledge. It's true. I just realized I'm playing another copyrighted song instead. Anyways, guys. That's it. That's it, bro. I need to fucking go. Stop thinking negatively. Stop being negative. Stop surrounding yourself with negativity everywhere. It's that simple. Make sure that you're getting enough food, getting enough exercise, getting enough sunlight. Make sure you're spending time not just rotting your brain away. I hope that this video does good and actually reaches people that need it. Like, I hope that there's just not fucking randoms watching this shit. I pray every day, pretty much every day. God, please let me change someone's life, bro. Please. Like, yeah, this won't change someone's life. Maybe not. But something will. It's all pretty general knowledge, I guess. So, like, hopefully I change something, though. You know? Alright, that's it. Bye, guys.